The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is in fact the aftermath, the official aftermath live for Jaime Munguia and his demolition job with John Ryder. You know, a lot of talk going on about who he's going to fight next, Benavidez Canelo. You know, listen, man, I want to apologize to everybody. We were a little late to the live because, you know, Pops, he's been back and forth with whether or not he wants to go to this Angelo Leo fight on Wednesday. He's been kind of driving me up a wall. Love him to death. So we were trying to get our reservations for that in order. But nonetheless,
excuse it.
We've showed up. We showed up, guys, and you know, a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss with this whole Munguia versus Benavidez or Munguia versus Canelo, Munguia, what he did to Ryder, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe if you're new here, super chat, all that good stuff. Let us know where you're watching from. Before we get into the live, you know, we got Pops here, as I just mentioned. Shout out to Pops. Sure. And you know, just program reminders. The real work starts this week here on True School Sports. The real work for me, because Wednesday morning, I'm getting on a flight. I'm going up to the Plant City for the Angelo Leo fight. Then right after the fight, that next morning, going right to Vegas. All right, for Conor Ben. All right, so be a lot of fun.
You're gonna feel like an Eddie Hearns travel.
Be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun for me. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun for you guys. A lot of good content planned on the channel, and Pop's gonna hold down the lives. You know, on Saturday as well with Conor Ben. So yeah, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful time to be alive.
I'm not Brandon, but I'll do the best I can.
All right, we got a couple comments. Let's go. We got a couple comments. So let's acknowledge these comments. We got Enrique Luna in the building. He says, "Let's go, Pops and BT.
Enrique,
good to see you. Yes, sir." David Esther, shout out to my main man, David Esther. He says, "Canelo's trying to cherry pick Terrence Crawford. Now Crawford taking pictures on Instagram of Floyd, and he's ducking boots." Yeah, listen, I seen that today. He was out there roller skating with Floyd like he was in what's that movie with Nick Cannon? Roll Bounce with the afro and shit with the gold shirts on.
Yeah.
No, Floyd. So there's this roller skating rink in Vegas called Skate Rock City. It's an old roller skating rink. Floyd actually owns
back
it.
in the day.
No, Floyd owns it.
Right.
And Terrence Crawford was with Floyd there today. And so that's what he's referring to. Enrique says, "Yeah, go see Angelo." I'm trying to tell him. And he's driving me up a wall. I'm like, "Yo, Pops, come to the fight." And like, look, some people tell me
I'm self-conscious.
Some people tell me, they say, "BT, you gotta bring Pops to the fights." And I'm like, "Yo, you guys don't know
what I
gotta deal with. In getting this guy to a fight sometimes, because he's at that age. He's at that age. So, you know."
Thank you, Enrique.
Obviously, you got Abner Ortega says, "Saludos, Munguía se vio como el
verdadero
monstruo mexicano."
The real monster, Mexican monster. Munguia's a Mexican monster.
A lot of people are starting to say, a lot of people getting on that
Seriously?
Munguia bandwagon. Yeah, the Munguia bandwagon is starting to load up, you know. Let me see. Sugar Nunez is a hype job just in the Mexican at 130 pounds. And tell David, I stand on that. Okay. You heard him, David. You heard what he said. He said F Eduardo Sugar Nunez pretty much. But listen, guys, we don't want to waste much time. Let's get into the live. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Before I get into the actual screen share and some of our points, Pops, you've had some time to think about Munguia versus Ryder. You know, what have you made of the performance now that you've had time to marinate on what you saw Saturday?
I mean, Munguia came in, did what he was supposed to as a favorite guy. I picked Ryder to win. I wanted Ryder to win. I think Ryder was going to go in there and actually test Munguia. It didn't happen my way. He got knocked down 4 times, as obvious. But please don't tell me he's the monster of the division when he really hasn't fought the top of the top.
I'll say this now. It's a good win for him.
Yeah.
What I'll say is this about Munguia. I can't believe I'm doing this because y'all, if y'all were here, y'all saw how much I don't like Munguia. Yeah. But I've seen a lot of people, a lot of channels, a lot of content creators who gotta get real creative to get views because they're not good and they have no boxing IQ. And you know, nonetheless, I've seen people make videos talking about. They said John Ryder took a dive.
No, please stop with all these.
They say when Munguia hit him with the right hand, they say he gets toppled over. He gets
all these conspiracy theories after the fact. Please, no. Sorry to tell you, that was 4 times getting knocked down. Okay, 1 time, but
they're talking specifically about the 4th one where he hit him with that overhand right on the temple. When
he ain't no damn dive. Please, he was getting beat down by fucking Munguia. That's what happened. Stop bullshitting. See what you see. I got 4 eyes. I know what I saw. Don't tell me
he said
he took a dive.
That man said.
Now we'll see what Munguía says, because like Brendan was saying, the Canelo conversation came up as the fight ended. It wasn't even by him that was initiated. It was by Conehead. What's the name? Whatever his name is from the Zone.
Chris Mannix.
Yeah, he didn't come out really say, like, he didn't call nobody. He's I'll fight anybody at 168.
Yeah,
he didn't call the real monster or whatever the case is. Bottom line is, to me, even though I'm happy he won, I still feel that he can't get my full credibility until I see him literally fight the top of the top.
Okay, well let's get into it. We got to discuss. Shout out to everybody here.
Yeah, thank you all.
Smash that like button. Okay. By the way, hold on. Actually, by the way, one last thing. This is day number 10 in our 90 Days of Boxing live series. You know, a lot of people praying on our downfall. They say, BT, you're not going to be a man of your word. You're going to fold. You're not going to be professional. Well, guess what? That's my mantra that I live by, is be professional. So we live again 10 days in a row.
Can't listen to the noise. You got to go and do it.
That's it. Okay. Now we get into the screen share.
Yeah.
So the first point of the live, the first, topic is it time to just finally accept that Jaime Munguia is good? Now, no.
He's still not.
Hold
good.
on, you were telling me to calm down on Saturday. Now I gotta tell you to calm down on Monday.
No, I was giving him credit because he won the fight, and he did it convincingly, dropping him 4 times.
So you're not.
But I'm not. He's not gonna satisfy my apple pie. He's not gonna have my whole apple pie and realize that he's gonna be the.
But in fairness,
no, he's not.
Okay, but in fairness, Munguia, nobody ever stopped John Ryder at 168.
Okay, fine.
Not Callum Smith.
That's fine.
Not none of these. Not Jacobs. Not
Jacob. Okay.
Not Parker.
Okay.
Not Canelo.
Okay. What's Munguia's toughest fight he's ever had? Probably Derevchenko, right?
Derevchenko, yeah.
That's it. Okay, that's it. So you know what?
Derevchenko, a good fighter.
Yeah, you just fought an old Derevchenko too. I must keep saying that. It was an old Derevchenko. Okay?
Shit, he was old when he turned pro.
You didn't fight him when he was a prime or whatever the case is. So you know what? You need to step up. You've been sitting back, just like Benavidez waiting in line for his lunch to get that Canelo fight. You've been sitting back eating all your free lunch.
What about Gabe Rosado when Gabe Rosado?
No, Gabe Rosado. Oh, come on, man, please.
What about?
I don't give him no credit.
What about the undefeated American Demetrius?
No, I don't give him no. I respect all those fighters. He's not stepped up to his level. Before you can make him a star, before you can sell him as a big star, for like a Canelo for a Golden Boy when he was Golden, he's got to earn it, and he has not earned it. When he steps up to Benavidez or he steps up to who else from 168? Canelo. Then we can say what he's gonna do. But right now, to me, no disrespect, but this time to classify him, he just got a lot of chump with a lot of some in his pocket. That's it.
Some people will say he's a 43-0 prospect.
Yeah.
Some people think he says he's a
Mexican
monster.
People are saying that, coming out and saying that like, please.
Well, I'm trying to stay level. Like I feel like on Saturday I was kind of crazy, so I'm trying to stay level head of this live.
Well, we switch roles.
We switch roles because you were calling me down on Saturday. Now I'm calling you down on Monday. Like Munguia I think he's gone through a good learning curve in his career. Like he started off early in his career with Robert Alcazar as his trainer. Alcazar was De La Hoya's trainer as an amateur. Then he went to Eric Morales, who really, I think, brought out the killer in him. And then now he's kind of refined the boxing skills of Freddie Roach. And I'll say this is the one thing, probably the number one thing I'm going to give him credit for from that fight. Mm-hmm. Forget the knockdowns. I was really impressed that when John Ryder tried to smother Jaime Munguia and he tried to make it an ugly fight and he started having some success, Munguia didn't lose his shape. He actually, boxed. And I think if you were to just be honest, let's just say 5 fights ago, you wouldn't have thought Munguia could ever box like that. So now he is showing that a little bit of maturation at 27.
Like this. The only time that I really consider him to actually fight a big fighter when he was on his prime and he didn't fucking do it, it really showed me where his heart was at. When he didn't fight fucking GG when he was in his prime, and back then when I forgot
what about that? So what about that? Let me interject on that one.
Okay,
they were gonna fight Golovkin, but it was, I think, y'all chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was either Nevada or California State Athletic Commission that didn't want to sanction the fight because they said it was too much of a mismatch. At that time, that was 2018.
So let's go forward a little bit.
So Andre, he was Andre's number 1 contender at 160.
Did he fight him?
A number of years. Never tried. Never really called for the fight. I know in conversations I had with representatives of Golden Boy that was never a fight they were anxious to make, because anytime I brought up to representatives of Golden Boy, they say, "Oh, that's not a good fight for us," whatever. Yeah. And then he had a chance to fight Johnny Beck for the WBO interim title and didn't fight on there. So has he ducked and dodged? Yeah. Yes.
And let's get one thing straight here.
But he is good.
Yeah, he is good. He got
I'll acknowledge that.
Punch, but what I'm saying is, we're not hating on him. We're just calling out how we see it. We're not saying he's the worst Mexican fighter. This is and that. We're hating on Mexican fighter. No, we're just letting you know. We're talking about. I'm gonna say one more thing. I think that Munguía has got to prove himself. He hasn't. To me, he's an unproven
commodity. He's an unproven commodity in boxing
with a 43-0 record. And like you always tell me, if I would see that record, I'll go crazy. I'll go crazy.
Like on paper, it's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
43-0.
Yeah. But come on. And then
what about the argument?
Then I heard De La Hoya the other day. He came out. He was saying, "Oh yeah, now we're gonna fight all these big fighters and big fights." Guys, you're freaking full of shit, De La Hoya. When you were supposed to do that, you didn't do it.
All right. So what about the argument that, because this is an argument, and this is the same kind of argument that Deontay Wilder fans used to make, and I've heard people call it Munguía, the Mexican Deontay Wilder. Mm-hmm. What about the argument that, yeah, he may have not fought like the top guys, but he's 43-0. He found a way to get the time, done 43 times without losing. So he got to be at least a little bit good.
Yeah. If I would go to my gumball machine, I pick up a chicken I want today.
So people may not know these terms. What's the term you have for fighters that you feel are subpar?
Gumball machine. They ain't no level, no nothing.
So it's John Ryder,
but they will sell it like a big thing, just like a Canelo Fielder.
Okay, so
they will sell it like it was a big.
So the question is John Ryder a gumball machine fighter?
I like John Ryder.
Are we gonna do that to John Ryder?
No.
Are we gonna do that?
No, because John Ryder stood up. He went and fought the guys when he was supposed to fight around the time. He never ducked anybody, and then he waited a long time to milk the motherfucking cow when the cow didn't have no fucking milk. How about that? You're milking the cow with no fucking milk. And that's how they did him. That's how they did. He's doing. He milked it. He milked it.
I want to tell you how you really feel, but I'm kind of scared to tell you.
No.
I'm kind of scared. But nonetheless, look, I think two things can be true. I feel like you can criticize Munguía and say, look, there's 43 wins, but it's lacking a little bit of substance. But you could also, he has beat some good fighters. He beat Derevyanchenko, Ryder.
Old. Let's get it right. He beat the old Derevyanchenko.
What about Toriano Johnson?
Brendan, no, all them guys right there.
Okay, well, how about this? Okay, this is actually one of the fights I feel is a good win for him. He beat Liam Smith.
What was it?
Liam Smith.
What was the result? So
at 154, he outworked him to a wide decision. He dropped Liam Smith in the 6th round.
Yeah, that was probably.
And Liam Smith only had one loss. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Then after that, what did he do?
I mean, he hasn't
do nothing. Didn't do a fucking thing. But De La Hoya wants to sell it like it was a big thing, and now they're saying he want to fight all these guys, and he's gonna go after all these guys. Okay. Be real, man. All right. You waited too long.
So we're gonna have enough time in this slide to talk about him fighting Canelo and Benavides.
Oh, but congratulations! I mean, I'm favoring him. He's a father. He's got a kid. God bless him.
He's a father. See, you guys are alike. You guys are fathers.
No, I like that. I have respect for that. But as far as his boxing shit,
he's got more to do.
He's got more work to do.
Okay, so look. Before we get into Benavidez and Canelo, and by the way, shout out to everyone here. Make sure you smash the like button. Before we get into that, what about like him fighting the guys like, because I know it's been mentioned in the past, Edgar Berlanga, maybe not the guys at the top per se, but the guys that are like just that tier below.
He should have stepped up.
Berlanga.
He should test himself.
Christian and Billy.
But you know what the problem is?
Morrell.
But you know what the problem is? De La Hoya and the guy with Hopkins, who I respect a lot. They don't want to risk that. What's that saying you always say? Too much risk or whatever it's called? Risk
reward?
Yeah. So they're not going to put him up there. You know why? I guarantee you they'll put him against Morrell. They'll put him against Morrell.
Of course not.
So I don't want to hear that shit.
There's not enough money in it.
So that'd be tough.
There's not enough money in it.
Right, but I'm saying as far as the money, they're all going to make money either way. They're not going to lose out. You want the fights. You want to get shit. You want to be that Canelo. You want to sit back on the back seat and let Canelo drive the seat the whole time?
All right. I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Go ahead.
I know the fight that Oscar said he wanted to make in the past was him versus Jamal Charlo, but now it looks like Canelo might be fighting Jamal Charlo. So if Canelo takes away one of his top options, then
Canelo shouldn't even be fighting him. He's another embarrassment to Mexican comedian. Straight up. What the fuck are you doing fighting a Jamal? Jamal looked like shit last time. He had like a lot of mental emotional shit. So even if he beats Jamal, what are you all gonna say? That was a great fight. Get the fuck out of here with that. Excuse my language.
So Pops is not ready to accept the reality. Pops does not want to accept the reality that Jaime Munguia might actually be good. He
is not good. He's got to get up there, level up, and fight somebody good.
Let me see. My man says Munguia is trash. Let me see. Yeah, Henry Ball says, prove the haters wrong. Yeah, he was the hater. He was saying yesterday, y'all ain't gonna go. What's the prop bet for BT? Now it's gonna happen every day. We're going live. 80 more to go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Of course, we're here. We're consistent. Do you see what I tell you on Instagram? It's consistency.
I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Read what I say. You like it? What I say? Consistency is the main thing. Consistency is a brother of success.
Francisco Hernandez says, it's business management, bro. Well, you're not wrong, but it's still a sport. It's still a sport. And
what he's saying, what we might disagree with is Munguía and Canelo. Munguía sells because he's Mexican. He's got all the crowd, and we know anytime there's Mexican big crowd, they're gonna sell whoever it is. Doesn't matter who it is. So that's what he's saying.
Hyro says, who gives a damn about Dennis Hogan? He fought Charlo and lost. If you really cared, you didn't even see the Hogan's last fight, Pops. We saw the Munguía fight when Munguía got the crap kicked out of him in front of all his friends.
You're going to not marry.
Listen, no, in front of all his friends, all his family, and his freaking wife or girlfriend, all right?
You're going to not marry a Mexican girl just because. Or you're going to marry Al Heyman's daughter.
42 fights with no coach. Francisco Hernandez is talking about. He had 42 fights with no coach.
Who's that?
Talking about Munguía.
Yeah, if I go to Mexico and Colombia and fight, I don't need no coach to beat them. If I go out there and fight them, I don't need no coach. What are you talking about? Top, man.
Y'all got pop fired up, man.
Yeah.
That Bex is hitting.
Yeah, I'm just saying, come on, man.
Hyro says Rosado called out Munguía. The dude ruined his career by saying, yeah, to be fair, and that's the one. Hyro does have a point because I remember Gabe Rosado had just knocked out Bexy Malakuziev, and Gabe Rosado doesn't this shit all the time. Every time he's about to put his career in a good position and build towards a world title, he likes to let his balls hang all the way to the floor and do some dumb stuff. Like, for example, I think he was, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, when he was at 54, I believe he might have been mandatory or like a top contender to someone. I can't remember who it was. You guys remind me. Mm-hmm. And then he decided instead to go fight Prime Golovkin and got beat the hell up. Then he gets a shot in the arm and he knocks out Malakuziev, who was a big-time prospect. And instead of just building himself, maybe trying to get into title contention, he literally drops down in weight, voluntarily drains himself to fight Munguía. It was a fun fight, but I'll
be honest.
It wasn't good for him.
In the last couple of years, it was Rosado, what he did, he was at the end of the road. Seriously. Come on.
Yeah, Hyro says, hell no, he wants a Dominican and Puerto Rican woman.
Hyro, I don't think you don't really know what you want right now. But I'll pray for you.
Hyro don't know his ass from his elbow. Yeah.
I popped up today. I was had a heart attack today too, man. But
you did?
I was walking. I had a chest pain, but I didn't tell you. But
really?
Lulu told me you take the Uber.
Where'd you go when we were walking back?
Yeah.
When we walked back today?
Yeah, I was saying like chest pains. But let's talk about it.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right,
yeah, it's not your fault.
All right, it's not my fault. That's good. Well, nonetheless, look, guys, I'm learning things about boxing in my own life. Apparently,
I think. Who do they want Munguía to fight now? You were saying that now.
You're giving me the perfect segue. Okay. You give me the perfect segue because obviously the big talk, the popular topic in boxing is, this whole Jaime Munguia fight with Canelo, because now you got people running around saying no, Benavidez isn't the Mexican monster, Munguia is the Mexican monster, right? So, look,
but why don't they both fight each other and find out?
Because that makes
because
I'll tell you want to know what I'll tell you? Because Samson Lukowicz has invested a lot of money into Benavidez, and he wants to return on investment. And Golden Boy and the Zenit invested a lot of money into Jaime Munguia, and they want return on investment. And the only way that they're gonna surefire get the return on investment is if they fight Canelo. Yeah. So that's why they're not gonna fight. Okay. But listen, I actually thought that this was just as interesting as the actual fight itself. The attendance figures came out. Mm-hmm. Now, it is worth noting. Munguia fought at the same arena that Benavidez did when he fought Andre, which was in Phoenix. Okay. And these are the numbers for the Munguia, the Benavidez Andre fight. Benavidez sold 9,585 tickets in his hometown. Now, holy crap! For context, Munguia sold 10,836 tickets in Phoenix. So, in Benavidez's hometown, in his home state, nearly 1,000 more people showed up for Munguia than they did Benavidez. So now that's a feather in Munguia's cap, because now Munguia Canelo can look at that and say, okay, well, this guy's selling this. He's Mexican. He's actually really Mexican. He's not like a Ecuadorian, Dominican, and whatever else Benavidez is. And he may want to fight him.
But to be real, Brandon,
because of the money.
9,000 to 10,000 ain't shit.
In boxing, in America,
10,000 and 9,000 ain't much of a difference.
Let me tell you something. In the USA, 10,000 tickets is a lot. There's not many fighters. I could probably count on one hand in this country how many fighters can sell 10,000 tickets.
So you're telling me that
anywhere.
So you're telling me because remember you're saying that
he almost sold 11,000 tickets.
Right. Okay. Let's go. Let's say 11,000. So you're telling me that he sold more tickets in Phoenix with this fight with the Ryder fight, right? Munguia. Yes. But let's gotta put that but in there. But that's Benavidez' hometown. If Benavidez fights there, it's gonna be twice better than that. I guarantee you.
The other argument I've heard too is that you can't. The people like Benavidez, they made the argument that basically you can't penalize Benavidez for not selling one of Munguia because he fought Andre, who doesn't sell anything.
Well, the facts ain't regardless. But I'm saying if Benavidez has a fight in Phoenix, you see this 10,000. You put it at a couple more thousand.
The Andre fight was in Phoenix.
No.
Oh, against Munguia?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that'd be a big event. Okay.
Right, because it's his hometown. Yeah, you'll outsell him. But
how can you outsell him if you're fighting him?
Either I'm saying as far as right, but
you can't outsell him.
No, you can sell, but it's gonna be a lot higher. And I'll say it again: the Munguia fight sells tickets. Any Mexican fight that we've seen down that way always sells.
No, I gotta.
So Munguia and Benavidez fighting is gonna be big for the Mexican people.
I'm gonna have to cut you
off. And then Canelo can come in the background.
I'm gonna cut you out. Munguia sells more tickets than most Mexican fighters. Outside of Canelo, I would say he probably sells because I
seriously,
yeah, for years.
Even in Mexico.
Even in Mexico, yes, he sells more tickets than most fighters.
You better know.
They put a lot of money behind them, and they kept them active. I mean, look. You even saw when we went through my dashboard, and I said, "Hi, Munguia, out of all the fighters in boxing, we've gone live from as much as anybody."
We get better views
because he fights a lot. He fights consistently. He's pretty active. So.
Is he active in Canelo though? That's my question to you.
No, but
we can have that argument all day.
I don't want to argue about that because there's no argument. It's just in the numbers.
But the active you are, the more your fans are aware of you, so you can't say that.
Well, look, the thing he's got going for him is that he's Mexican. He's actually from the damn country. We know that sometimes the Mexican boxing community they may have mixed feelings against a Mexican American fighter if they feel like
is he Mexican or was he?
He's flat. Munguia is from mother loving Tijuana. Okay, ain't no give him a Mexican in Tijuana.
And so you say Benavidez is just American?
He don't know what he is. He's from Seattle. He was in Arizona. Like he all over the place. And look, now look, guys, these are not my words. So when I read this tweet. Don't get your pennies in a bunch and say, true school, you're hate. I'm reading a tweet.
From your mama.
So shout out to your mama Sancho. He says, more Mexicans are going to ask Canelo about Munguia than Benavidez. When he rolls to the taco truck in San Diego or the Mercado, they ain't asking about no fucking Ecuadorian.
Holy crap.
So,
damn.
It's happening to a lot of people. A lot of people are getting on the Munguia bandwagon. Look, I want to show you this. I'm going to show you this. I want to show you this. Now, I love my guy Rick Laser, but man,
what he say something crazy.
Man. Let me show you what he said. He said this. He said, and I quote, "A star is born. Jaime Munguia in a huge way has put himself into the Canelo conversation with a great win. The public will now demand it." Do you think a star was born?
I'm not gonna say a star was born, but I'll say one thing: those two fighters will actually, it could be a big sales on pay-per-view. And because a lot of Mexicans are going to follow both of them because they're both Mexican and they're both popular in their own way.
That's what I'm saying. And Easy BX says the Phoenix Suns play in that arena and it holds more than 10K. Both those guys didn't sell out. Well, I get that.
Yeah.
But there's not many fighters in boxing. Because look, y'all got to understand. In the USA, unless you're like Canelo or Tank, in the USA, boxing is a niche sport because of all the politics and the way everything is gone. So, yeah. And the thing too is they may have only made 10,000 tickets available. Sometimes, if they feel like they can't sell the home out, they might only make 9.
The basketball is about 15,000 people.
The average that's 18 to 20,000. Any basketball arena is 18 to 20,000 easy.
Yeah.
So still a lot. It's for boxing. Almost 11,000 tickets is a lot.
But I'll tell you, if Canelo and Munguia do fight, and they fight in any stadium in Las Vegas or whatever the basketball thing, that's gonna sold out, brother.
No.
You don't think so?
Say it again.
That's going to sell out.
What's going to sell out?
Munguia vs. Canelo will sell out. I think it'd be a big sellout. It won't be more. It'll be more than 10,000 people. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. My man right here, he says, he says he would like to see Benavidez Canelo versus Munguia. That's what he would like.
Oh, I like him. That's the guy with the Mexican from Kazakhstan.
They got knocked out by Rosado and then
Yeah, but I
lost.
like the young buck. Yeah, that'd be a good fight too. But they're not probably gonna make that because he's not gonna sell as much tickets as Munguía or as a Canelo.
My man Jose Rodriguez is saying Munguía is trash. Edgar Berlanga beat him.
There you go. Say it again. Tiene que ser puertorriqueño. You gotta be Puerto Rican.
Let me see. Shout out to everyone here. Got Jesus in the building. Saludos, Jesus. He says that's my gripe about Munguía. Other than that, I ain't got no criticism. What's the
gripe that he don't sell enough?
No, his thing is with Johnny Beck and Munguía. The fight could still happen at 168. He ducked Johnny Beck. It could, but look.
Yeah, but Johnny Beck ducked people too. So
who he ducked?
Didn't he have a fight like a couple months ago? He was supposed to fight somebody, and he ducked them with this and
he
that.
Ain't no. Johnny Beck hasn't.
He looked worse. He looked worse at fighting. Who was the couple of opponents that he fought?
He didn't look bad. Yeah. He fought He fought Vincenzo Gutierrez in the most lopsided unification fight. But no, look, Munguía versus Johnny Beck, good fight. Again, Golden Boy. Let me tell you guys something. Okay, about Golden Boy.
Yeah,
they don't got a lot of guys who can generate money. They gonna be. You think PBC careful? You think Top Rank careful? You think Matchroom is careful? Oscar can't afford to take no loss.
Yeah,
he can't afford none of his guys to lose. So unless them dollars make sense, you ain't getting no damn big fight.
Yeah, you signed Barbosa. He was embarrassed with that shit.
He don't care about Barbosa. Barbosa probably get thrown to the wolves. I'm saying the Munguías and the Virgils.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Virgils, I think Virgil, out of all the stablemates, Virgil's the one that's gonna make him the money. Yeah. Virgil's gonna get the big fights.
My man Chris wants to know, BT and Pops, what do you think of Diego Pacheco? I love Diego Pacheco. Diego Pacheco is my favorite, and I've been saying this for a long time, going all the way back to 2018.
You said the
2019.
What you
when
say?
Eddie Hearn when Eddie Hearn decided to come out here to the USA and started signing, fresh, young American talent. It was his first couple of signs to Match in USA were Mark Castro, Arthur Jones III, Pacheco, Emma Williams, and I think Nikita Abibi. And I remember at that time there was debate as to who everyone thought would be the best Matchroom USA prospects. Some people said Pacheco, some people said Mark Castro, some people thought Arthur Jones III, some people thought Nikita Abibi. I have always maintained from back then, and I got the videos, I got the receipts on this channel to prove it, that Diego Pacheco is the best Matchroom USA prospect of that group. I think he's developing very nicely. He's long, he's rangy, he's getting good sparring with Benavidez in the gym. He sparred Canelo. He's been.
Will you pick him over Morel? For two young bucks, two young hungry 168 pounders.
I would there Morel right now.
Right now,
Diego, I think he'll still need a little more.
Morel has less fights than Diego.
He got Gajillion. He's one of the Cubans. Got 200 Gajillion.
Would you pay him over Berlanga?
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah, that's quick.
He would stop Berlanga easily.
For real?
Like the fight wouldn't exist.
Berlanga's working a lot of shit right now with Daji.
Keep working. I hope one of the things he worked on was a feint. The damn Puerto Rican fighter gonna be fainting.
I only say that because I will go along with what BT says. I think Berlanga's got to prove himself more with the fight coming up. We're gonna see what Berlanga's all made about, and hopefully he learned a lot from. You guys know who Najee Lopez is, but BT can tell you about him.
Yeah, Najee Lopez is gonna be something to deal with. David wants to know this. He said Williams Peta is gonna be moved like Jaime Munguia too. I think Oscar told Frank Martin to go fight Shakur, so why don't we criticize him the same way we do Munguia? Because he hasn't been around as long. Zepeda just got on most people's radars like in 2022. Munguia has been
on for a minute.
Munguia has been in the fold.
Look at his record, 43. How many fights is that?
Listen. Munguia has been in the fold. He won his first world title, 2018? So we're talking about what? That's 6 years ago. In most people's minds, the introduction of Zepeda was when he fought Jojo Diaz, which I think was 2022.
Yeah.
So he ain't been around long enough, all right. And unlike Jaime Munguia, he didn't get his ass beat in his home country and get a gift for a world title. But about a year more of this shit, and we gonna have a lot to say because look, I like Maxie Hughes. I'm a Maxie Hughes fan, but like Zepeda's above that level. Zepeda should be fighting better than Maxie Hughes.
Yeah, and I'll say it like this: Munguia has been groomed to be the next star or whatever since he came into Golden Boys, and like Brendan was saying. As the years been going on, they also have lost a lot of fighters, Golden Boys. So they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna groom him right and get him to that. But honestly, you can't sit there. A lot of you guys out there, I don't care where you're from. When Munguia comes out and you guys think that his shit is gold, like he shit's gold. He don't shit. He shit gold. Get the fuck out of here. That's my opinion on that. And I'm angry because I'm passionate, and I thought Munguía was gonna be that it factor for the Mexicans, for this and that. I might criticize Canelo a lot of times, but Canelo's had better fights than he has. See what is that? So I'll say like that. And don't say it's because of the money, because he came from shit and he got up there.
Eddie Morales says William Zepeda is trash. Damn.
I don't know. I think he's gotten better. He's gotten a lot better. There's two betters in there. The other one sucks, but this one's good. This is the aggressive one, right?
He said they both. The other one sucks. Jose is the 40-pounder who's old.
Yeah, he's done.
Who fought Richard Hitchens?
Right, but this right here, I think he's gotten better through the years. When I first saw him, he didn't impress me.
What years? He really just burst onto the scene like 2 years ago. He ain't had any years. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like Munguía, he don't got that time in that Munguía got. So we'll see. And Measy says, "Hey Oscar, how about Andy Cruz versus William Zepeda? Since he doesn't think match." Interesting comment. So today, I think it was today or recently, Eddie Hearn was talking about doing a Matchroom versus Golden Boy, like, because they're gonna do Matchroom versus Queensberry out there in Saudi.
All right.
He was saying Matchroom versus Golden Boy. And Oscar said that he doesn't know if Eddie Hearn has enough talent to match up with Golden Boy. So he's saying, well, why don't you make Andy Cruz versus William Zepeda since you don't think they got no talent?
Yeah. But Cruz is what, a top rank, right?
He's Matchroom. He's Eddie Hearn fighter.
Okay. Yeah,
that's the whole point. You're saying he got no talent. Okay, he got no talent. Go match up William and Andy Cruz.
I'm telling you, Eddie Hearn will say all kinds of shit, and people believe it. You have to do your homework on that.
No. Oscar said that to Eddie Hearn. Oscar. Not Eddie. Eddie wanted to do it.
Yeah.
It's Oscar talking. It's Oscar chatting shit. It's Oscar, flapping his gums. Shout out to everyone here. I'm gonna get to two questions, then we're going right back to screen share.
I think that the most exciting fight they got over there is my girl, the one last night. You know what I'm saying? Honduras.
Oh, Gabriella.
Yeah.
He says Oscar can't produce no world champions. He let Virgil outgrow 2 weight classes without fighting for a world. Yeah, it's a good point, Harold. How got them bullet points for you?
Is that because it was Oscar or was the management that managed to fight?
Both. It's both. Rick Marigan and them guys, they want to take the time and it's okay, Virgil, get the knockout.
Yeah. Now he's at 154
now he's at 54, and I think Crawford's gonna cut him off for that Zoo fight. Though I wanted to see him fight Zoo.
And I'll tell you like this: having the best for me, and I know this is the best to come up with Ortiz at 154. It's a question on that. But if he would have got a lot of fights before he got hurt, before all the shit, he would have been good.
He did have a lot of fights before he got hurt. That's part of the reason why he got hurt.
I thought he got hurt because he got injury or he couldn't breathe or something.
His dad, he training, working his ass like a freaking
you can't do that
slave in the gym.
Yeah,
you don't know. You gotta know when to pull him back sometimes.
Yeah.
Let me see. Get that one more comment, and then we'll go to the next point because we do have some points we gotta make.
Okay.
Conor Ben versus Alexis Rocha matchup. You mean hold on? You mean Pete Dawson versus Alexis Rocha? Because Conor Ben ain't leaving this week with no W.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this too.
That'd be a good fight. Rocha, though, I gotta wag my finger at Golden Boy and Rocha. Because Frederick Lawson shouldn't even have boxed Virgil. And you're gonna bring Frederick Lawson back to box Rocha?
God, you're damn mind.
Just in case y'all don't know,
yeah.
Alexis Rocha's comeback fight is gonna be against Frederick Lawson.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's what he's fighting.
Same guy here when he fought.
The same guy that Virgil just fought that shouldn't even been in the ring.
No.
That guy.
No. What's the respect and the health for the fighter?
No such thing.
And right now, we're not talking about Conor Ben and Rocha. We're talking about Conor Ben and Bronx.
Pete Dobson.
Pete Dobson, Pistol Pete. If you don't know, you're going to find out.
No. MEZBX knows because he's from the BX, the Bronx. He knows.
Right. So, Pistol Pete.
Coming.
You better know. If you don't know, you're going to find out. I'm saying in general.
But look. It's about to get real hectic in this live. Right
now.
It's about to get real hectic.
Okay.
Because Dave Benavidez had a lot to say behind Munguía. He said that Munguía ducked him. So let's get to that. Yeah, he said he ducked him.
When did he have the fight?
Let's get to it. So Benavidez came out with a series of tweets, and we're gonna read each one of them individually. We're gonna dissect them individually. Here's the first one right here on the left. He says, "Nowadays, you can't even say you can knock somebody out because they say you're cocky or talk too much shit. But you clowns are really trying to act like my KO ratio really is not 86%. So basically, the reason why he said that is because when Munguía was doing an interview, not Munguía, but the dude that was translating was like, you don't get the fight because you don't call out respectful. Not Munguia. Munguia didn't say it, but the dude that was translating was like being corny and saying, you don't call respectful.
Yeah.
It's a call out. It's not supposed to be respectful.
Yeah. And
it's boxing.
And let's get it right. I did see little hints of Munguia learning English, but he better motherfucking learn so he know what they're talking about. America, right here.
Okay. And then the second thing he said was, I never disrespected Munguia. I think he's a great fighter, and if fair fight, it'd be a great fight. But I think I stand by my statement, and I know what I can do, and I have confidence in my abilities. Benavidez should have confidence in his abilities. He just beat the shit out of Demetrius Andre, one of the most skillful southpaws in the sport, made him look like a bum. Then before that, he fought Caleb Plant, a former world champion, a guy that's proven in the weight class, beat him easily. So he should have confidence. And before any of that, he was the youngest super middleweight champion in history. So even he should have all the confidence in the world in his abilities.
If you had a choice between both of them, who do you think has more power?
More punching power?
More punching power. Yeah, like real punching power.
One punch power?
Yeah, because I mean, I like Munguia.
If we're talking about,
he was a terrible.
I'll break it down for you.
Okay,
one punch power. Munguia actually has more power than Benavidez.
Right.
But Benavidez,
it's a volume. Break it down, right?
He's got volume and he's got power in that volume as well. And my thing is, you could be the biggest one punch knockout artist you want or try to be.
Yeah.
Can you handle the machine gun onslaught of what Dave Benavidez is gonna bring to you? And look, Munguia, he ain't Salvador Sanchez. He gets hit a lot.
Yeah.
At the top level, he gets hit a lot.
And I will say one thing about Munguia, and I know,
enough for Benavidez to break him down.
And he, no disrespect to Ryder, he was fighting Ryder at that level,
best he could.
But if he fights Benavidez and he doesn't like to get held, or he doesn't like to get pushed around, or he gets this crazy look on his face, he better watch out, because that's where David's going to take care of him. David's going to come forward and put that volume punching, that volume power in there, and he's not going to like that. He doesn't like to get hit. He likes to just get what he wants to do with his power. I just wanted to ask your opinion, because if anybody knows, it's you, like you were saying.
Yeah. And then the last tweet, and the most damning of all.
Yeah.
He said, before I fought Andre, we were in negotiations to fight Munguia, and his team for 2 months went back and forth, and then after weeks of negotiation, they said they didn't want to take the fight. So what do you guys call that? And look, you guys know I'm no Benavidez cheerleader. I've had my fair share of things to say about him, because I feel like he's wasting a lot of time here at 68. But look, if what he's saying, if there's any truth to what he's saying, that is called the duck. And look, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Munguia's career and look at his handlers, how they've handled him.
Yeah,
we know it ain't exactly outside their wheelhouse to duck a tough fight.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Andre, they did it with Johnny Beck, and so this ain't nothing new.
The first time. And you can't say your fighter is this and that when he hasn't really proven himself, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then secondly, right, because now there's all this argument between boxing fans about who should get the fight between Benavidez and Canelo, or Benavidez and Munguia to fight Canelo, right? And my thing is this: look, I gotta be fair. Like Munguia has not fought the competition Benavidez has, and not just that. Like we asked Benavidez for years to fight Caleb Plant. He finally fought Caleb Plant. I asked for someone to step up and fight Demetrius Andre. Not only did Benavidez step up and fight Demetrius Andre, but I gotta be real. I can't be biased. Yep. He exposed Demetrius Andre, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that reality. But it's the truth. So he's been doing. Look, even if he missed weight all these years ago and lost his title on the scale, okay, we can all make mistakes. We can all fall short. Mm-hmm. I fall short every day. You guys fall short, I'm sure, in some ways every day. Nobody's perfect, but he's done a hell of a job to put his best foot forward in the boxing ring to redeem himself. So,
would you say the same thing about Munguia?
Absolutely not. I feel like,
but if you ask Oscar,
I feel like Munguia has improved. Like I feel like he's improved.
Yeah,
I'll get to that later on.
Yeah.
I feel like Munguia has improved as a fighter, but I don't think you can say that he's put a better foot forward to fight the best than the Benavidez has. That's just living in reality.
Yeah,
But what do y'all think? What's the fine folks think? He says, Chris says, keep doing what you do, BT. Your vids are always fire and straight to the point. I try to be straight to the point. Raw Doug says, Boo Boo pulled the wool over your eyes for years. No, he didn't. Boo Boo pulled the wool over his own fucking eyes for years. Boo Boo was a fantastic fighter, a great talent. He didn't become world champion on accident. He's still a really good fighter, but bad business decisions and not staying active, he did it to himself. So I can't feel bad for him. He's not a bum. He's not He's not a bum. He's not none of those things. But he did it to himself, and that's why I stand.
Good boy.
M Easy wants to know, what do you think about Jacob Pacheco versus Shane Mosley Jr. matching versus Golden Boy? Good fight, good fight. I like that fight. Mosley's a 60-pounder. Mosley's not a 68-pounder, and the reason I know this is because Mosley is ranked below Ian Green in the WBA rankings. Okay, and so he'd have to move up for that. But if they want to make it happen, it's a good fight, I guess. Mosley's fought name fighters. He's fought guys like he fought Quigley, and he's fought a couple other guys. So why not? That's not the worst fight you could do. You could do a lot worse than that. And I wanna give a big shout out right here. Listen, everyone who's watching. I know it's only 23 people here. It ain't my biggest crowd of all time, but everyone who's here, make sure you guys check out my main man, Devon Tap Williams. He's one of the local fighters here in South Florida. He's a 140. Tap, are you 140 or 47? I think Tap's a 40 pounder.
Yeah. Because
he kind of fought like in between. I think the belt he won was a 40-pound belt.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Tap Williams, man. Good young fighter, 4-0, 4 knockouts, explosive. Kind of has in his style some similarities to a young Adrian Broner, the way like he works off his pivots and stuff. Good fighter. And he said, what did Tap say? Tap out here preaching the gospel of truth. He said, true school the best.
Yeah, I like Tap, but Tap Williams really brought out a big thing about Broner, that the outside public really didn't know him as well. And when I went with my son to when he was there fighting, I really enjoyed the fact that he showed how Broner was a human being, very genuine. I respect that for that.
Yeah, so Tap, keep working hard, man.
And how I blessings to your brother too.
Yeah, and blessings to his brother Antonio Bang Williams. Listen. Yeah. Tap, keep working hard, stay focused. Don't get distracted by things in the world. You got talent. Keep going.
Yeah. Just
keep going, man. Because before you know it, you're gonna blink your eyes and you're gonna be like 30.
Because remember, there's gonna be a lot of haters before there's a lot of appreciators.
There you go. Hand History Ball says Andre did have promotional issues. However, he was always a diva and a fraud. He had promotional issues because of himself. He signed a deal where it was like
oh my God.
He got an advance early in his career. He took the easy fast money, but then he signed with Banner Promotions, and then he didn't have a network, so he couldn't build them. So he made one decision that set the tone for his whole career. But I'm not gonna call him a fraud. He was an Olympian, he was a world amateur champion. They don't just give those out. You gotta be a good ass Tap's been an amateur.
Yeah,
he's in the ring. He tell you how hard is it to be an Olympian or be a world amateur champion. A lot of guys who are very talented in boxing that accomplished more in professional boxing than Andre. They didn't even do what he did in the amateur. Yeah, so you can't call him a fraud.
Yeah, I was just.
I'm not gonna do that.
I was gonna say about Andre. Andre, the last couple of years or 5 years, he could have better fights and got better for himself. He wanted it. He didn't do that. He didn't actually go out there and make the fights that people wanted to see to get to where he's at. Yes, he fought Benavidez. Yes, he fought this and he fought that, but it could have been done a lot sooner and a lot better.
I got you. Alapal wants to know from you, Pops. Before we get into the Benavidez Munguia talk, he wants to know from you, Pops. This is a very pertinent question. He wants to know, what's Pops drinking? I like drinking Mondays to cure Sunday hangovers.
I have to have something. My wife put him on this healthy shit, but I usually get Heineken, but this is Beck's, and I'm just talking.
I was telling Pops the other day because we went to, I took him out to, he took me out to eat, actually. We went to go eat at a Mexican restaurant, and, I was telling him, when you go to the West Coast and you go to these fights out West, you only got a couple beer brands. It's either Modelo or it's Corona.
Yeah, ain't
none of that Beck's, none of that stuff. So.
Brandon putting me on game when I go out there to California.
All right, so look.
Shout out to you, Pal.
We're gonna go ahead and definitely get into that Benavidez Munguia talk, right? Because that truly and truthfully, if in a fair and just world, this is the fight that really should determine who fights Canelo, right?
I said that the other day.
I feel like they both, So let's talk about that in the chat, and the chat can chime in. Who would I pick?
Yeah.
Benavidez or Munguia straight out the ring. Straight out the ring. I think Munguia would have some. I think Munguia had a little bit of success early on boxing because it seems like he's developed a good rapport with Freddie Roach and can box from the outside.
He was good, but
my thing with Munguia is that his defense is still too leaky. Yeah. And my thing is, You can't have leaky defense and then have Dave Benavidez hitting you with these 8-punch machine gun combinations.
To the body,
So I just think it'll be a fun fight while it lasts. I think Benavidez breaks him down.
One thing I learned from the Ryder fight, he doesn't like you to hold him or hit him
or
anything like
be physical.
And that's like a pretty boy to me. Like you want to be soft like ice cream. I'm not saying he's soft, but he doesn't like to get touched a lot. So with Benavidez, he's going to definitely get touched.
Yeah. So we don't.
Would you call it 50-50, 60-40? Can't tell right now, right?
No, I could definitely tell. 60-40 Benavidez. Easy.
Wow.
That's easy.
Okay. Because
look, he's been. I'm not gonna disrespect Munguia like I was on Saturday. I'm more level-headed now.
Right.
I'm not like the biggest fan of the guy.
Yeah.
To me, a couple of days, but he's improving. He's done what he needed to do in the gym with the coaches and trying to make adjustments to his style.
I like him better with Terrell Morales.
But my thing is, look,
he's more aggressive.
Your defense can't be that leaky and continue to, get hit by Benavidez.
Are you saying that
because he's gonna throw that leather? If he don't do nothing else, if Benavidez don't do nothing else for 12 rounds, he gonna let his damn hands go.
Yeah. But what would you say? How would you like Munguia to up his defense? What would you like him to do better? Like, does he leave himself open to counter shots a lot, or
he's got a? I'll tell you one thing I like that he did his last fight. We'll be a little positive here.
Okay.
I like that he looked like he was trying to move his torso a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So
get a little more movement. Yeah.
I feel like he's trying to be a bit more defensively sound. He's trying to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
But look, he's an aggressive fighter, so I just think naturally he's gonna get hit. Right. My thing is he's too damn leaky for a guy like Benavidez.
Do you think he's staying straight too much in a straight line?
No. He's not that. He's not that basic. He's basic. He's not that damn basic. Yeah. Hyro says you don't like any of them. Dave Benavidez can't go to 175 without becoming undisputed BT. You will never understand. I don't get it because Benavidez, if he really wanted to, could actually be he could be a better fighter than he is. And what I mean by that is he could be getting better challenges at 175. He's putting himself. Look, no. You're saying he has to do all that, and I'm telling you by him trying to sit there at 168 because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Him
and then Samson are idiots because you're in a position where you can't dictate to Canelo, unfortunately, and I wish you could. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish Canelo would just go in there and just fight anybody.
Yeah.
And you guys know I've criticized Canelo to no end in the past.
Yeah.
But the reality is you're not, no matter how much you kick, you scream and you moan, you can't dictate to Canelo Alvarez. He's the guy that puts the asses in the seats. He's the money man in boxing. So whoever it is he decides in his little heart he wants to fight, which they're saying now he's talking about fighting Jamal Charlo and potentially Terrence Crawford,
Okay, I can see Terrence Crawford, but Jamal, no. I'm gonna say like this.
I think Benavidez should save himself from all the hoops. Benavidez should save himself from all the hoops he's gonna have to jump through and go to 75. Look, you don't gotta fight Benavidez and Bivol right away. Mm-hmm. Go up, fight someone in the top 15, get acclimated. But I
would agree with that what you're saying, but I think he could have wrote his own story at 175. And let's say Canelo said, okay, I don't want to fight you 175, but I'll fight you at 168. And he come back down and fight Canelo at that time. But he sat here not writing a story of his own. Like you've been saying it for years. He should have gone to 175, 175. And when he did go to 175, you say, what did he say? Oh, no. But one thing, I remember him, and I have a bad memory, but I remember this part. They asked him to go 175.
Benavidez Senior.
Yeah, he's going to be the big, the big dog and all this and that. And he came out and said, Benavidez.
I'm saying to fight Benavidez.
Yeah, Benavidez. And you know what he said? Oh, no, I got to get a tune-up fight. But you're supposed to be this monster.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have you seen us Benavidez boxing before? That's a good idea.
No, but Benavidez, yeah, but I'm saying you can go to 168 and make your own story, your own legacy there, and then come down.
Yeah, look, my thing is, Canelo has a lot of options. And he had that stage of his career where everyone want to fight him. He's at that stage of his career where he's got a lot of options. And I did look. I'm speaking about me. Like if I was in that position,
right?
Or let's just say if I was a manager and Benavidez was my fighter,
right?
Would I try to get a Canelo fight? Of course, because it's the biggest money making opportunity. But I wouldn't just sit there and just wait. I would get proactive. Man,
because time is going.
Go to 70, go to 75 and go build some value there. Become champion.
And your time is going by.
And look. I would right now look. If I was Benavidez, what he fought? When did he fight? Andrew? November.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By March or April, I'd have him in a little tune-up fight, fight some guy in the top 15 in the 175, and then third, fourth quarter of this year, we're going for the Bivol better be a winner.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this,
that's what we gotta do.
I'm gonna say like this. A lot of it too is the managing by his father. his father has a lot to do with it also, not just Benavidez.
It's not his father. Stop.
You don't think
Let
so?
me cut you off. It's not his father.
You don't think so?
No, it's Samson. It's freaking Samson.
Okay, then get some
and
balls.
I'm gonna quote Samson.
Then you get some balls and you say,
you get all the balls you want. You got a contract. Balls.
That ain't gonna
You
matter.
got a legally binding motherfucking contract.
You know, was that a fight?
You know he tried to have some balls. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if the chat knows.
Yeah.
You know he tried to have some balls one time. When he was a young fighter, he there was a Top Rank made Benavidez an offer because I guess Benavidez told Top Rank that he wasn't, being with anybody.
Yeah.
So I think Top Rank gave him, I think the number was 150,000, and he was gonna go fight, I think Zoro, when Zoro was the champion
at that time when he was at
68.
Right.
And so he actually signed the contract with Top Rank to go do it. Yeah. But then Samson came in and he said, "No, we're not gonna do that. You're gonna stay with me." And Samson's also, I read the article.
So he put the reins back.
Yes, and if you go back and you read the articles, Samson himself said that all these years I had fighters like Sergio Martinez. I had these guys that I built up that I discovered, and every time they got to that point where they were gonna make money, I had to give them to another promoter or another big time manager. Now I finally got a guy in Benavidez who I don't gotta, I can actually have him when he's there for those big time money making fights. So my thing is, if that's how Samson's, you gotta think about it. If that's how Samson's thinking, that's why he's not at 75. Right. That's why. And so as much as I want to listen, maybe my anger is a bit misguided because these fighters, they get a camera, like they get the guys like me, Well, the guys like me who go to the fights, we ask them these questions. Hey, why aren't you fighting this guy? Right? We do all that stuff, and they get and look, they can say what's on their mind. But really and truthfully, and I think this is what people like me got to do, and I'm holding myself accountable here. We gotta have more clear. Like if I'm angry, I need to really think rationally, and I need to direct my anger at the guys to make the decisions.
Yeah, but I will say this. But this is a learning lesson for boxers coming on the come up and who don't have a true promoter. You need to read that fine print. You need to read everything. What freedoms do I have? What can I say about this contract? Because once you sign the contract, you're done.
I gotta cut you off again. It's easy. Everyone always says this. Like everyone, because I know fighters. I know plenty of fighters. I know Tap Williams is in here. I know a lot of fighters here and stuff. Everyone always says after a fighter gets into a bad situation, "Oh yeah, you gotta you gotta read the contract and stuff." But let's just be honest.
Okay.
Right? When you were 20 years old, 19, did you know anything about contracts? Because I know. Right now, I'm. Listen to me. When I'm 29, I'm probably 29 in about 2 weeks.
Right.
Okay. I know when I was 20. I didn't know my ass and my elbow when it came to anything, let alone boxing contracts.
Yeah, you're right.
So my thing is, this is where I feel like maybe fighters should be more cognizant before they turn pro of getting like good legal representation to read these contracts.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because sometimes because cut me off. Because what winds up happening is these promoters and these managers, they'll dangle. Remember, you gotta remember, most people that box professionally, they come from low income,
right?
Poverty. Some of these numbers they get thrown their way. Like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, a lot of these guys come from fucking abject poverty. Right. You're talking about dudes getting offered as little as sometimes, $8,000. Some of these dudes have never seen $10,000 in their life.
Right.
So you're gonna throw that money at a young kid. What do you think he's gonna do?
I understand.
He's not gonna think about.
But that being said, if you do your homework and you're
not getting it. You're not getting it. And you keep cutting me off.
Go ahead. Cut me off. Go ahead. So we gotta say.
You're not letting me get the damn point.
Go ahead.
The point is, most people who get presented these figures have not seen these figures in their life, and sometimes the money ain't that big. But if you're talking about somebody who come from the ghetto and the hood and poverty, they ain't seen $5,000. They ain't seen $10,000, let alone 100, 200, 300. So it's easy to say after the fact, "Oh, you should have had this," but
no. What I'm saying is, go look at other fighters that have problems with the contract and learn from that, so you don't make the same mistakes.
I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. But I understand what you're saying. When you're young, you're blind, and you're blind, you're stupid, you're full of cum, you know what you're doing, and you need somebody to steer you the right way. So what I'm getting at, you're right what you're saying. Read the contract before you think, but don't assume because you read the contract you're gonna be saved. Because
look, I just had Angelo Lee on the other night. I asked him, I said, "Angelo, you kind of been through the highs and lows of boxing. You've been champion, you lost title fights, you fought on club shows when nobody cared. You really experienced boxing in its totality, big fights, small fights, everything." And as far as him, I asked him, I said, "Angelo, as far as the boxing business, because you kind of been on the wrong end of it before, what do you think?" And Angelo told me that every fighter, especially the young ones, best thing they could do is get a lawyer. I know. Shout out to my guy Daniel Bailey, one of the fighters here in South Florida.
Yeah,
he's really big on that. Having a lawyer to read over your contracts. Adrian Granados, we had him on here. He's been made some stupid business decisions in his career that costed him, in the long run.
But I think for Andre was one of the longest ones that I thought. Even when we look at another example.
But then there's some fighters I think they know more than they really do, and he's a good example of that. So I'm not even sure how the hell we even get on this topic. How do we talk about money?
I don't know.
Because I was talking about Benavidez. I was talking about Benavidez. I was talking about the fact that he tried to go with Top Rank.
Yeah. Okay.
And Sam said no. Right. So yeah, it's easy to have balls. The point is, it's easy. You can have all the balls you want.
But once you sign this,
once you sign that, you got to find your way out of it.
Yeah, you're doomed. You're right.
And then the Hamstring Vault says, yeah, BT, but most ain't like Ron Vasai, who was homeless eating rats, or the real guys like that.
Yeah.
Actually, those fighters get fucked over worse than all the other fighters because those fighters will fight for anything. And that's why, I don't want to say no names because I never know who's watching me, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to out no promoter, but I'll just say this, and you guys can cut the dots if you will. Mm-hmm. There are certain managers and promoters that don't ever sign American fighters. All right, don't say no names. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's because sometimes, a lot of times, they don't want to pay American fighters. They rather just go ahead and those guys get screwed over the worst. Yeah. That's why these guys. Hold on. That's why one time. I can't remember who the fighters were. I think it was Alvarado, one of the Alvarados.
Yeah.
And I think Christopher Rosales. They did a purse bid for them one time. You know what the purse bid was? Yeah. M&R Boxing Promotion won the purse bid. It was like $2,000. Yeah, in total. So my thing is,
I don't want to call that out.
We don't want to. It's not about comparing who came from the worst ghetto. The greater point of all this is that whether you come from the motherfucking slums of the Philippines or the favelas in Brazil or the fucking streets of Baltimore or the streets of South Florida, listen, most fighters in boxing come from some sort of poverty. So my thing is, if you go ahead and you dangle money in front of them, they're going to go ahead and they're going to sign. Why? Because they don't see that a lot of them ain't thinking that damn far. Now, look, I got to cut you off again. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Papa. I'm not trying to be rude. But apparently, because this is breaking news, all right? And a couple of you guys are saying that Shakur Stevenson retiring from boxing, so I have no clue what the hell it is you guys talking about. So this is what we're gonna do. If what you guys are saying is true, we will go to Twitter. Go to Twitter, X, what do you want to call it?
Holy shit! Breaking news.
Hold on. Let me see. We on screen share. Let me see. Oh shit! Yeah, he doing the damn TFM. He pulling the TFM Lopez. All right, so look, we here. True School Sports. Breaking news.
Woo!
So here's what Shakur Stevenson tweeted. This is literally he tweeted this during this damn live. 10:45 he tweeted this. Yeah. He said, "I'm officially retiring from the sport of boxing. I'll be in the gym forever, perfecting my craft, helping the next generation become great and chase their dreams. But I ain't fucking with this weak boxing game."
I'm sorry to tell you, he's coming back. He'll be back.
And then what's funny is
he'll be back in the ring.
I don't know if you know who Dean the Great is. You know who Dean the Great is?
No.
Dean the Great is this YouTuber who does the box influencer boxing, and he's been calling out Shakur. And he said, "LMAO, I set you into retirement, little bro. Sad." Exposed.
Listen, breaking news, but I'll be honest with you, he'll be back. He's got his feelings hurt. He's still crying because of the shitty fight. He's crying, and he doesn't know how to deal with it, and that's what happens.
I'll do you one better. Not only do I not think he's retiring, but I know that. Look, I know that he did hint recently. Shakur Stevenson he hinted recently that he might be, he's a free agent. And sometimes when a fighter is disgruntled and they want to get out of their contract,
this is what they do.
They retire.
Didn't Teal do that?
Retire. You could sit out. Because a lot of these contracts, even if in the contracts there's fights because sometimes fighters will say you fight X amount of fights, X amount of time.
Right.
There's normally a date that the contract expires. So and you want to know how I know this? I know this because when Angelo Leo was going through his other promotions, I knew exactly when his I actually knew his date. So there were times people were talking shit. Oh, Angelo ain't gonna fight again. I knew when his contract was done.
Wow.
So same thing here.
But don't you think
same thing here with Shakur Stevenson? He knows if he sits out for a certain amount of time,
it'll be the
end of his top rank contract,
come back.
And then he can move the way he really wants to move.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Let's consider maybe this is it.
No, I don't.
He say nah. Y'all didn't appreciate
because I feel that he feels that he's still got a lot to prove to all the fans that question him about his last fight. So he's gonna come back as a man. You want to come back
to be truthful.
As a man, you want to come back and you want to go ahead and redeem yourself and say, damn, I fucked up the last fight. I'm going to show what I'm all about. But at the same time, what about the managers? Are they supposed to do something like Prince and all these people?
To be honest too, personally, this is just me, and I'm kind of gonna like side with Shakur Stevenson a little bit here. Shakur Stevenson, if he retires now, the paper says, I don't care what you say about who he did and didn't fight. The paper says undefeated, 3-division champion, Olympic silver medalist. So yeah, is he a Hall of Famer?
No,
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. No, he's not. He's definitely not a Hall of Famer. But that's still something to be proud of. You know, you came from the slums of Newark and he came from poverty.
He ain't done yet.
I don't think. Listen, I don't think he's done.
No,
I think he's doing the TFMO. I think he's a fake retirement.
Yeah,
I think. Listen, Shakur Stevenson. Let's be honest about him. We know Shakur Stevenson ain't the poster boy for emotional stability on social media.
Man.
He's up and he's down, and so.
And I was trying to explain to my son.
Maybe Shakur was trying to get a fight with a big name, and he thought it was gonna happen, and then maybe it didn't happen. There's so many things that this could mean. So
he'll be back. That I know. He'll be back. He ain't done yet. This story's not done yet.
And shout out to Rafael Cabo. By the way,
thank you, Rafael.
By the way, Rafael, I'll be in Vegas Friday. I'll be there Friday, so I'll see you soon.
No, he's gonna be a good coach, but the reality is, he's not done yet. You're gonna have to redeem yourself. As a man, you're gonna redeem some of that race. People, the fans, the world know that you are a real deal. He's gonna redeem. He's not gonna sleep and close the coffin and go to sleep and say, okay, yeah, because that's what's eating up in himself right now. The shame that he brought on himself. He coming back. My motherfucking words.
Probably is, but
I'm gonna go to the casinos and I'll tell you put some money on it, okay?
Can you bet on that? Is there a line? No, they got bets for everything.
Are you serious?
You can bet on who the U.S. president.
Come back. Yeah.
Look, you can bet on who's the U.S. president.
The coin flip,
the Super Bowl, all that stuff. You know, so I want to know what's the over under on Shakur. You know, coming back to boxing.
What do the subscribers think about it? The whole thing.
Let's go through it.
Holy shit! This is breaking news.
Hyro says, "Do you think he's vacating that belt? Frank Martin getting that belt. Let's go, PBC."
Hyro, I'm gonna write I'll have it personally so you can get hired by them. Let's go.
Let me see. He says, "Shakur only looks dominant against small fighters." I mean, thus far, that seems to be the case. Thus far, I mean,
one thing I was telling my son about him was that he doesn't like to get hit. Like when he was fighting De Los Santos, he was getting hit. He didn't like that. I could see that he was pushing back. He was not just his defensive. He does not like to get hit.
Tank Williams is he's giving the actual legal term. The legal term, what I was talking about earlier, it's called a sunset clause. I see.
Oh wow, thank you so much.
I didn't know the actual legal. See, that's the type of shit you learn. The legal verbiage of contract, the sunset clause. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that mean? When the sunset's down?
Where literally like when the contract expires. So a promotional company can sign you for X amount of fights. But they gotta, put a date on it.
But you think the Bob father was gonna throw him away like that?
I don't think Bob cares. Bob, you know how much money they gets lost on Shakur during Formula 1 weekend?
Yeah.
You know how much money they lost?
I know.
The T-Mobile Arena was freaking empty as hell, and I know that the people that were there, they gave away hella tickets. Like I'll tell you right now, if I would have went to Vegas that week, I probably could have got 8 tickets to that fight myself. 8, not one. I'm talking about 8 to 10.
Yeah, but part of the fault is the company for not promoting him the right way.
Yeah, you're actually right. On the flip side, why would you listen? I know boxing ain't the most popular sport in America, but why would you promote boxing around Formula 1? Formula 1 is a trash ass elitist sport. Americans don't give a fuck about no damn Formula 1.
Don't that, Brendan.
I'm speaking from the American perspective. We don't give a damn about no Formula 1.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Tank Williams.
They said, yeah, he's running for Edwin De Los Santos.
Yeah, he was. I'm telling you, he didn't like to get hit. But I say he's gonna come back. I don't think he's gonna go close the storybook and not come back and redeem himself. I can't do that.
He said Shakur couldn't coach someone in the Special Olympics. And then he said nobody's gonna be like, dang, he used to give us good fights, knockouts, and a brawl. It's probably hard to get a fight with Shakur now. Probably everyone's saying he don't come to fight.
I think I'll be honest with you. And my son told me about some fighters. They're too sensitive and emotional, and that's the downfall of the fighters. When you don't know your direction and you don't have a straight point of what you want to do and how to do it. I think the last fight he had with De Los Santos really tested him. And then when the media burned him like that, he doesn't know how to deal with that. Who's he going to go to talk to about that? He doesn't know how to deal with that.
He can go live on his Twitch stream.
He does not know how to deal with that, though.
He can go live on his Twitch.
And that's why I will say, what's the guy that I like? The guy that beat the Benavidez guy that It's just what I read.
Who?
What's
talking about?
The black guy that was talking about betting $50,000 and then he didn't bet $50,000.
I don't got time for that.
Rayo. Okay. I'm talking about the black guy.
Chris Colbert.
Yeah, Chris Colbert.
At least,
Chris, if you guys know, this is my test of my memory, so you guys know I'm all fucked up. But listen, and that's the war. Anyway, what I'm getting back to is like Rayo and Chris Colbert. He came out there and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that." But at least he had a direction on what he wanted to do. He knows what he's gonna do, and he was man enough to say, "Yeah, I got my ass kicked, but guess what? I deserve what I got." And he always was honest for himself. Shakur got blown up his mind so big by the media and everybody else. Like he's this and he's that. He could be Floyd. He could be that. And then when he goes in there, he underperforms.
A lot of
and
people
he doesn't know how to do
that.
A
lot of people think he's doing what Floyd did. Because Floyd
he did too?
Yeah, he picked the retirement. Yeah.
Floyd?
Yeah, where you at? Yeah.
When
it was after he beat, I'm gonna say Hatton. I'm gonna say after Ricky Hatton, he retired for like a year.
Why did he fight? If he had everything.
Or maybe he went to jail.
Oh, he was the top dog?
No, but then he came back and he fought Marquez. Or was it? Oh, it was Oscar. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's right. It was Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was one of those fights I watched his recently because I watched both. I watched the Oscar fight and I watched Hatton and I got them mixed up. But yeah, Oscar.
So hypothetically, if he comes back, he's not signed with Top Rank. Who do you think he'll sign with? You know, Zab Judy is the president, executive of a Black Prime?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. What does that mean? They ain't putting them damn fights?
They put on.
What fights they got coming up? Y'all can tell me.
Yeah,
I know. I was talking to one of my guys. Shout out to my guy Sam Garcia out there in Salinas, California.
Yeah.
He helps train Ruben Villa, and he got one of his fighters on the BLK Prime. So I actually asked him. I said, "Hey man, what's all this BLK stuff about?" And he informed me that BLK Prime is trying to do shows like in the Northern California area, Salinas, San Jose area. That's the latest on them. But it is worth noting, guys, and I'm glad that my man right here, shout out to you, Mr. Fan, that the WBO ordered Emmanuel Navarrete versus Dennis Beranchyk for the vacant WBO lightweight belt. Now, for context, all right, because you got to read all. Sometimes you can't just read. It's like when you read a book, a novel, or read the Bible or whatever. You can't just read one verse or one sentence and take it out of context. This is what he said. So
coming back.
It was a series of tweets. Here's what he said. So look.
Why are you good? I'm
good. So he gets news. He catches wind of the fact that Navarrete and Dennis Beranchyk, and oh my God, that's a random ass fight if I ever heard one. The only thing I know about Dennis Beranchyk is that he fought Anthony Yiggett. He fought Anthony Yiggett on the undercard of Usyk versus Dubois. That's all I know about him. I don't remember much about that fight, but I remember watching him fight. Southpaw. That's a random fight. So he's upset. He said, "This is sick. This is sickening. You know, this is absolutely sickening." And then he said, "I might as well retire." And then he says, "I'm retiring." And so there you go. That's the context of all that. Just for you guys to know. But y'all give me your thoughts. What do you think about Shakur Stevenson's retirement? Is he just talking shit? What do you think? And what do you think about Dennis Beranchyk? He said, Navarrete is a bitch. I told you what he was going to do. I saw it coming a long time ago. He ain't going to fight Shakur straight up. Yeah, you did. You told me, Hyro. You told me. You're right. You know everything about boxing. He said Shakur Stevenson probably went to go cry with Jared Anderson.
Yeah, both are emotionally unstable, honestly.
I almost don't want to see Shakur fight again. It's sad because when it's all said and done, he was a force. He's a force. Yeah, he's a factor. He moves it like maybe not at the box office, but when it comes to talent and skills in the 135 division, anyway, classes, he moves the needle.
I mean, I just think that he's still disappointed himself what happened to him, what show he put out there. He doesn't know how to deal with it, and you become very emotional and all kinds of shit. So take it like a man and move on, bro, and come back. Take it like a man and move on. What do you think? And I mean, I don't want to get into the whole thing when my son off the live, and my son tells me all the time, sometimes, because I was telling him, I said he's got a good man behind him. He's got his grandpa, and
Wally Moses.
Yeah, and my son's like, yeah, but it's more, you don't understand. So I don't want to really go deep because I really don't know.
But look, I guess those are our initial thoughts on Shakur Stevenson.
He'll be back in less than a year.
He's gonna do the Tom Brady. He's gonna do the Mario Lemieux. He'll be back. He'll do the Jordan. He'll do the Floyd. He'll retire for a little bit. You know, get whatever he needs out of the system, and
Yeah, he gets a free timeout.
We'll see him by the third or fourth quarter of this year.
Who do you think he was signed with though?
If he leaves Top Rank,
he's gonna leave Top Rank. Bob Father got tired. He gave a bad show. Bob Father lost a lot of money on him. Yeah, but I mean, who you think will sign at the same time?
PBC.
He's not gonna fight in fucking PBC.
What you mean?
They don't fight enough time for him for the fight.
Okay, well, now we getting this money.
Yeah. Okay.
to quote my good buddy Hyro, Terrence Crawford. He would ever since he got PBC, he dresses way more flashy.
Okay.
He's making real money now.
I would say like this. I would love to see Shakur and Navarrete fight. That's what I like to see.
Well, that's what I think this fight is between Navarrete and Dennis Branchek. I think he's gonna fight Dennis Branchek for the vacant belt, beat him, and then that'll set the stage for Shakur and Navarrete in the third or fourth quarter of the year.
Okay.
So that's what I think. But
put your money on that.
I would put my bottom dollar on it.
Amen. Okay, I'm with you on that. I just don't think he's done. He just really doesn't know how to deal with what's going on, and nobody's really giving direction the way it should go. So that's where he's at. Me talking from him, I'm from Jersey City. He's from Newark. I would tell him straight up. When I first came to the United States, I'm from Jersey City.
I'm aware.
So I'll go in there and I'll be like, yo, Shakur, I know you don't like it. Sometimes as a man, we don't like certain things. You underperform. Don't cry about it. Wipe your face, wipe your tears, and move on and get better.
I'm gonna say this. I predict in the next what's today? Is today Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. By the end of this week, Shakur Stevenson will come back and say that he's back in the gym and he's ready to show everybody that he's the best in the world.
Well, I mean, he's a young guy. He's gonna be hungry to perform. Yeah, he had one.
By the end of this week, Shakur Stevenson,
because he had this one big underperformance, it's gonna affect him to that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll pray for him though.
Jackie Hernandez says she likes to pose on the wall. Shout out to Jackie Hernandez. I like them too.
Which one you like? Because there's a whole bunch of them. You like me?
Marcos is telling you, Pop. He said, "Stop it. Jersey ain't shit."
Who's this?
Marcos. But don't. This guy always trolls.
Okay.
He typing whole cast. He be talking that straight.
Where he from?
I don't know where you from. He ain't from South Florida.
You're definitely from South Florida. You definitely probably from New York. Definitely not talking shit about Jersey. You're probably not from Jersey. So
it's probably from like.
You're probably from somewhere Oregon.
Chula Vista, California.
Yeah, somewhere where you think you're tough, but you ain't shit.
Shakur has.
I'm just talking shit. God bless you.
Shakur has Santos problems. We'll see how it goes, man. But look,
we'll pray for him.
We'll pray for him. And you know what, guys? Look, I'm not making this too. I'm not making this too long of a live. I said I was gonna give you guys a solid hour today. I gave my solid hour. I gotta go ahead and start getting ready to pack. To wash these clothes because the True School Road show coming to a city near you.
Yeah,
we're going out west. So tomorrow's live will be the last live before I leave. So should be a good one. Hopefully there's more to talk about. Maybe we'll talk more about this.
Yeah.
And then last piece of information. I'm gonna drop this on you guys before I leave. So a week from Wednesday, so the following Wednesday, the 7th, on February 7th, I was talking earlier because I had
you told me.
I had a manager from a fighter reach out to me, and it was the manager of none other than Oshaki Foster, and Oshaki Foster is going to be on the channel next Wednesday. So next Wednesday night, we're gonna have a nice live interview with Oshaki Foster.
Shout out to Oshaki Foster and his manager. Yeah, man, that's crazy. He called you out.
Call me up.
Out of the blue.
Not on the blue. I reached out to him on Twitter because well, first it was like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
He had tweeted at me. He tweeted me something because I guess he had said he watches my channel or something.
Wow. Yeah.
And then now I reached out to him,
and the manager.
And then a couple of days went by, and then he talked to Shockey. So now, we nailed the time down. It'll be next Wednesday. I think he said
big time.
I can't remember if it was 6 p.m. Central or 7 p.m. Central. But
you're gonna be on the other
I'll let you guys know because I'm not even in the time zone I'm gonna be in when I actually do this interview. So,
so stay tuned.
Stay tuned for it. A lot coming out on the channel, and just keep supporting. Today was 90 days of boxing, day number 10. Yeah. Tomorrow's day number 11. So make sure y'all don't miss it. And y'all take care, be blessed, keep doing the right things, have integrity, to treat everybody with respect.
Pray for all y'all. Pray for Shakur Stevenson.
Pray for Shakur Stevenson to get himself right.
Yeah,
and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.